beautiful people. It is your favorite God Unicorn here to give you a reading for the last weekend that we have in 2022. Like, it doesn't really feel like the new year. I don't know if it does for anybody else, but it kind of doesn't feel like the new year. But I was doing a mini weekend read, and the energy is, you know, not to feel like we have to rush into anything, not to feel like we need to quote unquote do anything special or, you know, run fast into this new year. Take it easy, okay? Take this time out to genuinely process how 2022 was. If you haven't done it already, really sit down like, wow, I went through this, I survived this, and we're okay this year, and we're going into this new year just continuously cultivating our mindset and not getting comfortable in where we are right now. Okay? So the two cards that came out right now are the Moon and the Sun, which is interesting that it's the Moon and the Sun. But I feel like for this weekend, I don't feel like it's hot and it's cold. Even though, like, when you think of the Moon and the Sun, it's kind of like probably what you think. Hot, cold, dark and light. I feel like in this weekend, preparing for the new year, it's learning a balance and genuinely feeling comfortable in your balance. Okay? So, you know how there isn't really good and bad, there just is. And then we have our opinions on things, we have how we feel about things, but there is no good and bad. It just is, right? And learning to grow in these concepts, so not allowing yourself to remain stagnant and thinking that life is just one way, but life is many ways, and there's many different outcomes just from one decision that we make. There's like a stem, a branch of a whole bunch of different outcomes and decisions that we've made. So life isn't linear. It's not just it goes this way. Okay? So I feel like this weekend you may be having that realization. I definitely feel like for a lot of us, we're not going out partying, being around a lot of people. We're celebrating with the people that are closest to us. But even if not even that, I genuinely feel like this is a weekend of being deep in thought, being deep in your mind, and genuinely meditating on being conscious for the new year. Genuinely. So friend, I want to say that although it feels like you haven't accomplished much this year, I really want you to think back to how your last New Year was, to how you celebrated that, to how you walked into that year, into 2022 rather, and even past New Year's that, I don't know, I don't feel like confusing the way I'm trying to word it, but acknowledge your growth, okay? Because you're not the same person. You're not the same person that wants to be around all these people to get drunk and smoke. And there's absolutely nothing the matter with that. If that's what you're doing this new year, pardon me, wishes I could too. But we're not even gonna get into that, okay? Anyways, you're in a space where that isn't priority. You're not looking to go out, be seen. You're looking to see yourself going inward, okay? And again, genuinely finding balance. I definitely feel like before we're stepping into 2023, there is a version of ourselves that's dying with the Three of Swords. Even though that represents grief, I feel like you're grieving the old version of yourself, because there's definitely a version of yourself this year that you had to let go. You had no other choice. Whether it be because you're a parent, whether it be because you had a loss, whether it be because just so many transitions happen during the year that it just feels like, oh my gosh, I really didn't have time to process this. Okay? And so I think this weekend you're just kind of taking the time out to genuinely process what's happened in life. Like, genuinely, like, oh my God, this happened. If you need to cry it out, friend, cry it out. I don't care if this was from back in March. Cry it out. Talk it out with yourself. Write it out with yourself. Eventually, you're going to have to. And I feel like going with carrying these transitions with you into the next year is kind of going to be like, you know how you cry, you don't necessarily know why you crying? Those kind of moments, because you didn't take the time out to sit down and legit process what you've had to let go, what you've had no other choice but to let go. And it doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that you didn't have a choice but to let these things go, but to let these old habits, this old version of yourself go. So I think that's why you haven't really realized, like, friend, you've really grown a lot this year. You've transitioned through many things. You've moved through many things. And how you once would have reacted, you're now responding. And you definitely need to give yourself props. Okay, bitch, because you doing the thing. All right? We have the Ace of Wands. So I definitely feel like new doors are opening up for you. And you're preparing for that this weekend. Whether it be like a new job that you've had or new ideas that you're having that you're actually executing, okay? You're actually executing these ideas. They aren't just in your head. They aren't just ideas that you're holding on to, but you're actually learning how to create your ideas, okay? Actually making fire. That's what I'm hearing. You're actually making fire. 9 of Wands. Okay, I genuinely believe that Spirit wants you to take the time out, not only to like process what you've been through, but like I said, genuinely give yourself props, bro. Like dude, you're not even seeing how resilient, how strong you are. How what you've been through would have tore the you down. You would have broke down. Or how a lot of people don't even get to experience what you've experienced and find joy in it. They become depressed. And if you did have your depressed moments this year, like, really look at yourself now. You're not you don't think the same. You're not the same person that you were. Not the same person that you were. Not the same person that you was. Not the same person. Not the same person that you was. Y'all get what I'm saying? Yeah. But you're legit not the same person, and you really need to give yourself props. And if you're not gonna do it, friend, I'm gonna give you the props. Bitch, you are that bitch, and you've been through some shit, and you survived that shit. Not only did you survive that shit, but you're living. You're living. You got a roof over your head. You got food to eat. You got clothes on your back. Not even people have that. Let alone them having to go through what you've been through this year. Bitch, you doing a damn thing. And I feel like for a lot of you, if your situation is kind of like rocky right now, so like your housing situation may be a little rocky, I'm feeling like, again, those new doors are opening up because you're learning not to sit on your ideas. You're learning to actually put the work in when it comes down to your ideas. Fuck your friends who you feel like don't support you, okay? Because that's not where you're gonna get your support anyway. All right, and that's just a reality. They a little too comfortable with you, and that's, you know what? We gonna keep you in that lane. You ain't getting up for free though, but we gonna keep you in that lane. But don't let the people around you and how they move and how they don't support you the way that you feel like you deserve to be supported discourage you from putting yourself out there. I don't care if you posting something, you're promoting something, and at first you only get 2 likes, 2 hearts, or you get none. Be consistent with yourself because that's what you deserve. You know that meme where they're digging for diamonds, and on one side, he decides to stop because he's tired. He's just like, this is pointless. I give up. But if he had hit it like 1 or 2 more times, he would have hit the diamonds. And on the other side, it shows the perspective of the person that kept going and they got to the diamonds. And that's literally life. When you decide to give up, it'll be right at the moment where it's like, damn, all you had to do is keep on going. So friend, keep on going. Okay? This weekend, write down your goals, your aspirations, your ideas that you're executing, and where you would like to see yourself by the middle of next year. And also by the end of next year. This time, next year, 2023, December, the last weekend, or whenever you decide, you're going to be proud that you didn't give up on yourself. Because really, that's what matters. Your friends could give up on you. The people closest to you could give up on you. But what really counts is if you decide to give up on yourself. I know one of my favorite things to say is that fuck them people. Fuck them. And I know that hurts, like, prospectively, because I wouldn't just want to be like, fuck y'all. But there really comes a point in time where if I have to let you go in order to be my best self, to my full potential, then that's what I gotta do. If you're not promoting me being better and me bettering myself and me questioning where I'm at now, not for insecurity, but for food for thought, then you gotta go. And I really feel like this weekend, like, again, you're looking at your losses. Like, wow, I don't speak to so-and-so no more. We don't talk no more. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, wow, I used to spend a lot of time with this person. Damn, we don't even bop like that no more. That's wow. I used to do this all the time. I don't even find the need to even do that shit anymore. Wow. You've grown, friend. Legit. And even in the areas, like, don't beat yourself up. Y'all, the other day, I was talking, and I'm learning how to be quiet, not talk so much. Not that I talk a lot, but but when it comes down to what I'm going through personally, even though I may feel safe to express certain things, I'm learning to be quiet. And I know that is also a part of my healing, right? And I found myself just talking about the situation, not going in depth, but kind of like giving sneak peeks of like what's going on. And in there, I don't know how the conversation ended, but something happened where it was a distraction, and it kind of caused me to kind of like snap back, like, bitch, shut up. Be quiet. And I found myself beating myself up, like, damn, like, fuck, you weren't even supposed to go into it like that. And it was kind of like, girl, don't you know your guys are always with you? Didn't you see that distraction that we threw in there so that you wouldn't keep going, so that you wouldn't keep talking? Not to say that I was talking to the wrong people, because I genuinely don't feel like that, but I just know that I'm supposed to be quiet regarding that situation. And I was really about to sit here and beat myself up. And my guy was just like, but didn't you see this do our work anyways? Like, okay, you're growing, you're learning. It's something that's on your heart, on your mind. And now you have to retrain yourself and do new things, do other things, so that that's not something that's on your mind. And so that's really it, friend. You're taking this time out to actually create, and that's going to also give you room to heal. You won't feel the need to think about so-and-so, think about this situation that hurt you. And even if you do, give yourself grace, give yourself space. Take that as an opportunity, a moment to heal. Because that's what it is. Be kind with yourself if you feel like you relapse or you slid back, like, fuck, I messed up. All right, bet, we gonna get back up. Fuck if you feel like so-and-so talking about it, so-and-so talking about you. Okay. I'm not picking that shit up with me. And again, that's all that matters. That's what matters. Okay? All right, I'm going to pull a few more cards from the Disney Villains Tarot deck. We have the Four of Wands, the Ace of Coins, okay, and the Magician. Yeah. So I'm really feeling like just a chill, laid back weekend. You may find yourself kind of like crying in and out if like you aren't already having those spills already of, you know how when you're just healing and it has moments of where it feels really, really good and it has moments of where it really, really hurts. I feel like that's kind of like the process you're in now, okay? And with this being our last weekend of 2022, like, oh my goodness. I'm feeling like you're learning to put things together, use all the elements, allow your hurt to work for you, allow the joy to work for you, allow the rain days to work for you, allow the sunny days to work for you. Everything doesn't have to be quote unquote perfect. It doesn't have to be a sunny day for you to make things shine, for you to make things shake. Okay, the clouds could be out, it could be thunderstorming outside, and we could still make it shake. Okay? And I really feel like we're going into the new year feeling empowered. We're not the same person. And you can bet that people see that shit. It's like, oh shit, they're not as naive. Oh, we can't get this past them anymore. Oh, they speak up for themselves now? Yeah, we definitely, I feel like something is also going to be tested this weekend. Whether somebody is trying to like test your emotional strength, or whether or not you'll actually speak up for yourself or speak up about the situation. And I'm hearing, don't be afraid. Don't pop off. Don't give a reaction. Don't pop off. And if you need to, look at them for a little bit. Intimidate the fuck out of them. Because what the fuck and who the fuck you think you're trying to get over? Not me. Not me and the crew behind me that you can't see. Like, what you mean? And that's what people don't realize, is that if you're protected. You're protected. Even when you didn't really know that shit, you're protected. And I'm hearing that the people that wished your demise, the people that wished you wrong, the people that wished you bad, the people that threw envious energy your way, so they were jealous, they are jealous, that shit gonna come back to them. And either you could stay jealous, hoe, or move on. Because you're not getting back in this. You think you could dabble in and out of my energy? Absolutely not. I'm a different person than I was yesterday, the day before that, last month, 5 months ago, last year, 2 years ago. You're a different person and you keep evolving. Just because they knew something about you yesterday, don't be embarrassed to switch that shit up. Because you can. Don't be embarrassed to have a change in your boundaries, to have a change in your perspective on things, to bop with one thing one day and not feel the same way about it the next day. I'm not saying be wishy-washy. I'm not saying be flaky, but I'm saying give yourself room to change and grow. That's what we're supposed to do. Give yourself room to change and to grow. Most plants do not stay in the same pots. If not, they begin to die because their roots are being smothered. Give yourself the room to repot yourself. Some plants grow a little faster than others. And that's okay. There may be some aspects of your life where you feel like you're going really, really, really fast, and other aspects where you feel like you're going really, really, really slow. Acknowledge those areas. while also celebrating yourself for the areas that you're just zooming in. But don't beat yourself up for what you feel like you're going slow in, for what you feel like, am I retarded or something? Like, I know, like, I could do this. Like, what's going on? Please be patient with yourself. And that, I feel like, legit is your message for this weekend, for the new year even, to legit be patient with yourself. And as you're patient with yourself, you'll also see that your patience with others will grow. You won't find the need to react. I'm telling you, I can see it now. You're just going to look at them like, really? Was that really necessary? You know how the mother gives you, like, the intimidation stare where she don't even got to say nothing? It's just like, oh, shit, I fucked up. It's given that energy. And as you're patient with yourself, you be patient with others, and you'll find that the respect that you feel like you lack, you'll just attract it without even feeling like, all I want is respect. Like, I don't do nothing to nobody else, and I respect other people. When you take a completely different look at it, and it's kind of like, you know what? I'm not going to even give you space to disrespect, because I'm going to make you feel stupid when you try to come to me with the disrespect. People are going to try it. People are going to try you. You just can't be intimidated to be who you are, in the fullness of who you are, without being afraid of, like, being too aggressive or being mean about what people are going to say, how they're going to talk about you if you say this, what if you sound stupid, what if you mess up, what, like, girl, dude, my nigga, fuck that shit. Say what you gotta say, and that's it. We're not going back and forth. This isn't a discussion. And watch you attract the things that you feel like you like now. Okay, so we got a lot of mirror work going on this weekend, a lot of reflections of our year, a lot of reflections of ourselves, a lot of acknowledging the accomplishments that we've made this year, a lot of reflecting on the things that we've been through, a lot of healing. Okay, so again, be patient with yourself, all right? All right, I love you guys. Let me know how this message resonated down in the comments below. And all the information to book a personal read will be in the description box. Love y'all.